Okay, Don.
Hi all. We bought this faucet at Walmart. Great price. It was only like $39 with a sprayer. Peerless P115LF-W. And it's really nice faucet. It's well, here, we'll show it to you again first. Something she noticed yesterday was it's already put together, so you don't have to fiddle around with nothing. Just drop it inside, hot water, cold water. You snap on your sprayer here, and you're done. You just tighten up two bolts. See here, this must be the label that says hot water. Yeah, for hot water side.
Yeah.
Okay, it says right there on the thing for hot water side. Okay, and then you know you can get all kind of those metal hoses. She put them all away already. These things, this is the way they do it now. So these are like $5. You can get them at Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot. There's all different sizes as far as length, and then you know some sides are big and some are small. So that's what this stuff is about. 1/2 inch and 3/8. So that would be your 1/2 inch, and that would be your 3/8. Those are the two standard sizes. So that would just screw on to here, and you don't have to solder it at all. Just tighten it up. And fella at Lowe's was telling me, he said it doesn't matter if it's too long. You can twist these around any way you want. Good. And then I'll show. Well, the sprayer is sealed up, so you know this just screws down into the sink, and then this thing snaps on to that. Okay. This bag is sealed up, and we're gonna bring this one back. So I don't want to unseal that, but it just snaps on. So. But the reason why we're gonna bring it back is the reason why we're gonna bring it back is these two things don't fit our sink. You know? That's what they call 8-inch spread. 8 inches. So these would probably come out of here, but then I still wouldn't have a way to anchor it. Okay, see, if we've got an older sink, cast iron. See, and the holes don't match up. So I don't think she'd want me to install it like that. It might look kind of funny like that. So I talked to a couple guys at the stores, and they said it's like almost impossible to drill through these. You gotta have special bits and stuff like that, and the white stuff would crack all up and just make a big mess. And I couldn't find any. I couldn't find any faucets that had a 6-inch spread. You know, they might be online, but I didn't find any at the stores. But what they do now is they mark them 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4 hole. You know. So what I did was I bought a faucet that you only need 1 hole, and these things aren't there. There's just a big bolt that locks this into place, or a big nut. Okay, so what I did was I went back to Home Depot and Lowe's and talked to a few people. Then I started to understand how this stuff works now. So at Walmart, you'll actually see right on the displays 8 inches, 8 inches, 8 inches. But on the boxes, like on this box here, there's no place on here that it says 8-inch spread. So there's no way of really knowing until you open the box. So that doesn't make any sense to me. So I guess all the modern ones are just 8 inches. So on the displays now at Lowe's and Home Depot, it says right on the display up on the wall, 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4 hole. So if you have an odd sink, then you just get the one with 1 hole. And I think even most of the big fancy ones now are just 1 hole. And if they say 2 hole, 2 hole is like for the sprayer, or some of them come with a soap dispenser. So you can see this one is just one big bolt, one big nut that goes down into the sink. And it comes with hoses, so you don't have to buy the hoses. You know, the hoses are $6, $7, $8 alone. So.
Oh wow.
Okay.
They're very long.
These are really long for our sink, but that's why I asked the guy it's okay if they wind around, right? So. There's the directions. There's the sprayer. And then I just opened the box, so I'm not sure. These must be the parts for the faucet, and then this would be the nut for the bottom of the sprayer. I'm guessing though, so we'll have to read the directions. And then there's an 800 number. They actually have a sticker here, so you can stick it on your refrigerator or inside of your cabinet. Okay, here's something else. Oh, that's the top part for the sprayer. That would go on top of the sink. Okay, let's show them the inside of the cabinet here. So this is a nice little tip. See how she puts lots of stuff here. So like, we could take that sticker and just put it here. So you always have the 800 number there. You know, they'll probably send out free parts. You know. Okay, so we don't need to read the directions, do we?
Yeah. Before you start, you should try looking at it.
You have to learn Spanish.
Turn it over the other way. No.
Yeah, I can't read it upside down either.
Oh. Oh, it comes in both languages.
Okay, so this is just a parts list. Or that big plastic thing goes up on top.
Well, that's why I was taking a picture of this here.
There's the plate too. So
This shows what it looks like going together.
see this, there's 2 little clips here. That goes on there, and then the faucet would go down inside there. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the directions, and we'll get back to you. Bye. Okay, we're looking at the manual here. Right on the inside page, they have a list of parts. Okay, so A is the sprayer. That's this thing, A. B is the faucet body. That's this thing here. I know, I know, we're getting there. C. C is this little plastic thing here that holds this, that goes with the sprayer. Hose guide gasket. That's it. There's like a little piece of rubber or foam on the bottom of this thing. E is the mounting nut. E, and that's this nut here that screws on. You see it goes on this way. That's the way they're showing in the picture. It screws up like that. I guess that's so this part here is kind of angled so the hose can move in and out. F is the deck plate. That's this thing here. This here. And it looks like there's already like a little rubber gasket along the bottom. So maybe we don't have to put that putty along the bottom. Because there's like a little foam or rubber gasket around the edges.
I think that our sink is old and might be unlevel there.
Okay, so
I'd say put a little bit around the edges.
I watched a couple videos online at this old house. One time he put the putty stuff here around each hole wherever something was, and I don't remember what the other video was, but they put it all the way around, so just so the water doesn't get underneath it and leak down below the sink.
And because we got 2 extra holes over there, so there isn't going to be anything in.
So that's F. Outlet hose, G. Oh. I guess they're talking about the 3 hoses that come out the bottom. It looks like they're pointing to just this one. That one goes to the sprayer. The sprayer just snaps in there. Okay, so H is the washer. That's over here. And then I is the mounting nut. That's that guy here. And then J is 3 screws. That's these things here. So what happens there is you put these 2 things up on here, and then you put those 3 screws in the holes so it doesn't come loose. Those 3 screws go in the holes so it doesn't come loose. That's gonna be tough getting those little screws up in there, way up in the back of the sink. It looks like this is the same on both sides. Maybe we can start the screws before we put it on.
So, but the screws don't connect to nothing.
No, they just probably tighten up so it doesn't come loose. So that's H, I, J, K, is this thing. this thing sits on top of here, and there's like little dents here where that falls in. L is a sprout-based gasket or spout. L. That little. Okay, there's a little gasket inside that ring, so that fits on top of there.
Okay, if this goes up in there, it doesn't hit nothing.
See that little gasket there? That was loose. And it's just a little O-ring because it's round. It's a round rubber gasket, round rubber washer. And then aerator tool, or yeah, on select models, that would be that guy. Aerator is when your water comes out of here, it kind of spreads the water out, puts air in it. Those go bad sometimes. You usually have to replace those every couple of years. So, product identification label. That's that guy there. That's the thing we stuck on the cabinet. And O is the aerator. That's that guy. I saw one video, the plumber took that off after he installed a new faucet. He took that off and then ran water through it. He said because sometimes there's little metal shavings inside here, and he said if you don't take that off, those little metal shavings will end up in there. So I don't know. Those usually just screw off. So we'll see later if she wants to mess around with it.
Then I saved that.
Yeah, we have an old sprayer that we had on our previous faucet, so we might take that one off and put that one on.
Pretty new. We just got it not very long ago.
Yeah. So it's up to you if you want to fiddle around with it.
We'll see how it works first.
Yeah. Okay, that's the parts list. Okay, so here's the directions. Faucet installation. For deck plate installation, shown top, proceed to A1. That's over here. So you put the deck plate down, put the mounting thing on top of it with the O-ring on the bottom. Place faucet body into sprout base and deck plate. That's just, you just slide this thing down into the hole here. And then here they are saying to install mounting screws into mounting nut before you put it on. That's this thing. That's going to screw up on the top of here. Yeah. Down below the sink, these two things will be holding this on. Here's the weird part. It says, here's the pictures. But here it says, from underneath the sink, slide washer H and mounting nut over the hoses. And then this line is kind of odd. Thread mounting nut onto faucet body. That's this thing. That goes on to here. And then here, until the nut is within a 1/2 inch of the mounting surface. until the nut is within a ½ inch of the mounting surface. So I guess what they're saying there is don't tighten this up the whole way, you know, up into here. This is it sounds like they want it to sit like this, and then you tighten it up with the screws. That the screws hold it tight against the sink. So we'll see how that goes. Then it says tighten screws evenly until faucet assembly is tight. If faucet is provided with 3 hoses, the outlet G must be facing the wall. Hose outlet G must be facing the wall. Okay, so this hose, the sprayer hose, must be toward the wall. So that's going to happen naturally because this is in the front and this is in the back. So. Make sure it rotates 145 degrees. That's just to make sure you got this in the right spot. And then here they're saying with this guy here, this nut, for thin sinks, this is on up, this is up, and then for thick sinks, flip it upside down. So here it says, for thin deck installations, orient mounting nut E with large end facing up. So large end up. So it's on the sink like that. For thick deck installations, they don't say how thick though. So how thick is thick? You know? Orient mounting nut E with small end facing up. That would be the small end. What the difference would be, I don't know. It's just gonna screw up under the sink. So.
Every sink is thick. That wood.
But why would that make a difference?
Maybe it wouldn't tighten up enough.
And then just slide the sprayer hose down the hole. And then here, to connect it, the only thing you do is insert side spray hose into the outlet. Insert the sprayer hose into here. You just push it in the hole. Insert as far as possible until a click is heard. Okay. Insert the side spray hose into outlet. That's these two here. Insert as far as possible until a click is heard. Tug downward to test the engagement. So that's all you have to do. You don't have to fool around with it or nothing. Just shove it in there. Yank on it to make sure it's in there. And then to hook up the water, attach these guys here to your water lines. Hopefully there's no problem there, right? They aren't saying what to do if you run into a problem there. So I watched one video. It was this old house, and they said on these things now there's no soldering. It's all compression. He cut off the copper pipe, sanded it down a little bit with emery cloth, stuck some kind of compression nut on there and tightened it up, and he said that's all they do these days. There's no soldering. So if you're brave, feel free. That's all. We're gonna try to put these on. We have shutoffs in the basement, but we're gonna install one underneath the sink. These came with this, so this is just a turn-off valve. So this will fit on our water line, and then the faucet hose will screw on top of there. So no putty, no plumber's tape, no soldering. It just screws on and tighten it up. I did see one video though, the guy said use plumber's tape as needed. So I guess if you see a leak,
That's that little line.
yeah, it's real fine white plumber's tape. So not this stuff. Yeah, just we've got a couple rolls of it downstairs. Oh, she's got a roll of it here too. So this here is plumber's tape. It's just real thin plastic. It's kind of like a rubber washer. Yeah, so see, like you would just take a piece of this off and wrap that around the threads. Usually a couple times, you know. And then when you screw your nut on there, it acts like a washer. Yeah. But with these, you don't have to worry about that because this is the compression thing they're talking about. See, that goes down inside there like that. That's the compression. Compression is this nut is pushing down on it, and that nut compresses that and tightens it up. So I guess I'm not a plumber, but I guess that's what it is, right? Mm-hmm. So these things here, these things are built into the hose of the faucet, so I don't have to worry about it. I can just tighten that on there, and hopefully it won't leak. Our problem is these hoses are just way too long. See, our spot there, it's only like a foot down, and we got 2 foot of hose. So
you have to wind them up like this.
Yeah. One guy used those plastic ties to tie the hose up out of the way so it doesn't get caught on nothing.
Yeah. I probably got some of these here.
Hey, you gotta be quiet because we're working. Hear me? You gotta be quiet.
Even answered.
You go sit in the corner.
Meow. Meow. Oh, gee, you found food. You gonna eat all of that for kitty's food? You don't want any food.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and install this thing. I got a flashlight for down below. I got a big cushion here. See, that's like a